Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. 12 inmates apply for parole. Hearings are held this week. Also tonight, one lawmaker questions land ownership. And more positive cases of COVID-19 in the CNMI. In sports, Saipan swimmers use the biggest pool in the world for their qualifiers. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Good morning, Kiko. I am here at Docomo Wallarai branch. The Docomo staff here are super helpful with my appointment. They take good care of me in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for helping me out downloading and using the Skip Lino app. I can take care of all my Docomo needs. No need to wait in line with the Skip Lino app. We love you, Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I would recommend websites like the CDC website, Mayo Clinic website, any established hospital system or healthcare system. I suspect that Kaiser has a lot of information out there. I would go to known websites, WebMD, Healthline. They all have a lot of information that is reliable and well thought out. I would much less go to blogs and the individuals who are looking at it from their own perspective and not necessarily science.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich.
I am the I in CNMI. We are a team, and you cannot spell team without me. M-E. Get a shot, an opportunity to set the CNMI free from COVID-19. So let's go for a save, a strikeout, a knockout punch. That's our oh! V for victory, V for vaccinate. Let's make this a team win, and we can all celebrate.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. A local male who committed several crimes in one night is up for parole. 38-year-old Benigno Munoz Sablon, who is currently serving time for possession of a controlled substance and theft, is now eligible for parole. Back in 2019, Sablon robbed a man at the Chalampiao gas station by threatening to shoot him. Sablon stole $20. Later that same night, Sablon was at Blue Sky Poker, where he punched the window of a pickup, argued with the passenger of the pickup, and then stole that passenger's phone. According to Chief Prosecutor John Bradley, Sablon is a drug addict who has shown he is willing to commit crimes of violence to fulfill his need for methamphetamine. However, the Commonwealth is not opposing parole if Sablon will be required to undergo inpatient treatment immediately upon release. Any failure to comply should be a basis for revoking parole. Board Director Ramon Camacho says a decision should be made by tomorrow afternoon. The Board of Parole also entertained the application of 37-year-old Paul Lezama, who is convicted of trafficking ice. 44-year-old Juan Tidinco also applied for parole, but since he is not sentenced under a felony case, his name was removed from the list. The Board of Parole will continue hearings tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Department of Corrections. The concern of Raymond Kitagua on who actually owns the lands where several Catholic churches are built on has one lawmaker asking a lot of questions. In the last Senate session, Senator Edith Delon Guerrero raised the issue of public lands, specifically the lands on where 5 Catholic churches are built on. Delon Guerrero states after hearing out Mr. Raymond Kitagua, she has taken interest in the matter because it deals with several articles in the CNMI Constitution.
It just really takes us back in time during the trust territory time, and it also involves Covenant Article 8 regarding properties, right, after the termination of the trusteeship agreement. And then it also goes into section Article 11 of the CNMI Constitution and Article 12. So we need to know really who is the true owners of those properties, and if those properties are not in the possession of the Commonwealth government. And then it takes us into another concern of the land valuation of the entire Commonwealth property.
Delon Guerrero states her concern will be passed on to Senator Frank Cruz, who heads the Executive Appointments and Government Investigations Committee. Since this issue has come up publicly, many community members have also reached out to her in support of the investigation.
It's a serious concern. These are all premium properties on the island. They're all fronting, most of them are fronting beaches, right? So we tend to value that in terms of real estate. And again, at the end of the day, the bigger question is, do we own the property collectively as NMDs of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands after the trusteeship agreement ended?
Delon Guerrero hopes to have an open communication with the Department of Public Lands and the Office of the Attorney General so they can finally end the matter once and for all. 2 more arriving passengers test positive for COVID-19. According to CHCC, the individuals were identified through travel screening and was confirmed positive for the virus on the 5th day testing. The individuals have been quarantined and are actively monitored. CHCC has already initiated contact tracing for the most immediate contacts of the new confirmed cases. That brings the total number of COVID-19 cases to 187 since March 28 of last year. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation would like to inform the public of a scheduled power outage for the southern part of Saipan. For the residents of Coblerville, a power outage is scheduled for Friday, July 16, 2021 at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Kita 2 circuit will be worked on affecting these certain parts of Coblerville. The water well will not be affected. CUC states the purpose of this power interruption is to lift sagging primary lines. Coming up, we take a look at public transportation in the CNMI. Stay tuned.
Somebody in the CNMI will win $1,000 this Friday, and it could be you, but only if you're vaccinated. The Road to 80 is the CNMI's push for an 80% vaccination rate, and we've got thousands of dollars and a Nissan Rogue Sport to drive us there. Watch the first weekly drawings this Friday, July 16th, on the Road to 80 CNMI Facebook page. Register for your shot today at vaccinatecnmi.com or call 682-SHOT. The Road to 80 is brought to you by the Office of the Governor, COVID-19 Task Force, Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, Joe 10 Enterprises, Bridge Capital, Tan Holdings, and more.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Opioids are commonly prescribed drugs. They can help ease short-term pain after surgery, an accident, or illness. Common brand names include Vicodin, Demerol, OxyContin, and Percocet. Opioids can be very addictive, and they can actually change how your brain works. Opioid misuse can lead to death. If you are prescribed an opioid medication, talk to your doctor. Always take exactly as directed, never take higher doses, keep your medication secure, and safely dispose of unused or expired medication. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
So up until now, the only ways we've had to fight COVID are closing things down, which has been really hard on people here in the CNMI. A lot of people have lost jobs, a lot of people have lost incomes, and although it's been effective, it's not sustainable. It's not something we can do forever. Vaccination is a way for us to safely resume a lot of those things that bring vibrancy to the CNMI, to hopefully reopen to tourism in some safe capacity, to get people back to work in various service industries.
Drop into the Shake Cafe at Gold's Gym for a quick and healthy meal. It's fast food that's good for you. Our July smoothie of the month has oatmeal, peanut butter, raisins, and cinnamon. It's a healthy blend of 450 calories that's perfect for a meal replacement or supplement. Shake it up at Gold's Gym.
With the increase of demand of accessible transportation around the islands, the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority is working on securing funds that will provide fixed routes for the community. In Saipan alone, the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority conducted more than 1,500 trips in the month of June. According to Special Assistant for Public Transportation, Alfreda Camacho Maritita, COTA is currently in the middle of procuring additional fleet.
So right now where we are is our goal is to try and get our fixed route up and running. So with these additional fleet that we're trying to procure, this will definitely help us get back on track with our core route.
Maritita states the core route will run from Beach Road to Middle Road and then other main parts of Saipan.
And then it covers majority of the areas like the tourist area, up at the college and so forth. So it's kind of a, it circles around the main, the busy part of the island, and then eventually will bleed into the other parts of Saipan.
The main goal is to make public transportation a part of the norm, which takes a lot of planning.
We're still learning every day and trying to ensure that this system works. That is the goal, is to ensure that a viable public transportation is affordable, is sustainable, is safe, and it sticks around, for years, and not just an up and out type of thing, and that's why we are so careful not to rush it and ensure that we do the proper planning, proper understanding of how to best serve our community.
CODA is a federally funded agency under the Office of the Governor that provides transportation for all ages. For more information on rides, you may call 664-2690. And now we turn it over to KUAM to find out the latest news on Guam.
Buenas and hafide sinamai Guahu si Isaiah again, and here's what's making news on Guam. The pain of losing her son almost too much to bear, but Melanie Guerrero is taking it one day at a time. For 8 months, she'd been holding on to hope that her son Michael Castro was still alive, but 8 months after he was reported missing, 2 people have now been arrested for his murder.
Melanie Guerrero says she's overwhelmed with an immense amount of sadness and loss.
The timeline for grieving and healing will probably go on the rest of my life. I know what is clear to me is my son Michael, he hasn't come home since the morning of October 30th, 2020. I deal with that reality every day. That I'm not going to be seeing my son Michael alive again.
Since he was reported missing 8 months ago, every single day she prayed to not only see Michael, but also that he would be able to reunite with his 8-year-old daughter, Serenity. He also had plans to join the military.
Thinking about all her milestones without her dad moving forward in her life, Michael won't be a part of anything of the things that we were planning. He was planning.
Those plans ending in unimaginable pain following the arrest of Nicholas Wayne Moore and Troy Ryan Damian, both charged for Michael's murder and an investigation that's far from over.
The magnitude of the actions by others in this case, I have to live with that reality every single day for the rest of my life. And so does his daughter. And so does everyone that knew him, that cared about him, that loved him.
For now, she's grateful for all those involved with the investigation, one that she also hopes will eventually lead to finding Michael's body.
It all gives me a tremendous level of comfort and gratitude. Because of their work, I feel like my grief matters. The loss of my son Michael's life, it matters. That they understand that Michael was the victim, and that his death was caused by the actions of another. No matter what, that is the central fact. And if GPD and the Office of the Attorney General, I hope that they continue until they get 100% clarity in the murder of my son.
Damian and Moore are scheduled to appear in court for another hearing next week.
Stay informed 24/7 by checking out KUM.com or downloading the KUM News app available for iOS or Android. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahu si Isaiah again.
Coming up, a new $4 million swimming pool should do wonders for our swim clubs. Join the club and watch KSPN2 Sports next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
My doctor gave me the pills, so they must be safe, right?
If taken exactly as prescribed, short-term use can be safe, but painkillers have real risk. Misusing an opioid painkiller can cause serious harm, including addiction and death, and misuse can happen quite easily. Make sure you never mix them with alcohol, antidepressants, sedatives, or sleep aids. And if you are prescribed an opioid, you need to tell your doctor about any other drugs, including herbal supplements that you are taking. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. Two simple ways of correcting that. All I'm gonna have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's gonna do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's gonna do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, no pool, no problem for our swimmers. Well, actually, it is a problem, but we've got help on the way. While an isolated downpour was about to deluge the shuttered casino, dozens of swimmers of all ages stayed dry at Civic Center Beach until they jump in the water. Come on! Take your mark!
Nice job. They me the big bucks.
I don't know, John. You were pretty short on that horn. I think I should have pressed it a little bit longer. Saturday morning at Civic Center Beach, the Saipan Swim Club, with the first of 3 open races this summer, their Vice President, John Hirsch, says there are 2 purposes here.
This is basically swimming for the developmental kids. Was a little short 25-meter event, 50-meter, 100-meter, and now we're doing some of the longer 1,000-meter and 1,500-meter events. One of the main reasons we're having this event today is, of course, to give all the smaller kids an opportunity to race, be out in the water in a more formal setting. And then the biggest reason is that this is a qualifying event for sending 4 swimmers to the Middle East, to Abu Dhabi in December for the 25-meter FINA World Championships.
Agents were present and accounted for.
Why are you coming, Masters? Still swimming?
Just taking the 1,000.
It's good to see the Masters here. Look at this. Good morning, everybody. Why you guys do this?
Just for fun.
We enjoy. We challenge ourselves.
To get fit.
You're already fit, Danny.
18-year-old Lenoski Suzuki is Saipan's top swimmer nowadays. He easily wins the 1,000 meters.
Who is that? All right. There you go.
FINA wants to make sure that the Northern Mariana Islands are well represented.
We're very fortunate that FINA supports the travel and the funding to send these athletes there. And so we're really blessed. We're going to be sending 2 males and 2 females.
You're sending them for 25 meters, but we don't have a pool here. Is that a big deal?
It is a big deal because they need to be training in a formal pool setting, and unfortunately we just don't have one right now. But this is the best thing that we can do, and at least it gets the kids in the water. But the downside is that they don't get the official length of 25 meters, and they don't also get an opportunity to practice their turns, which is a critical thing in any sort of swim race.
These races used to be held at the Can Pacific swimming pool in Marpy, but that's been closed for a couple of years, and no one's sure what Eland is going to do.
Marpy Pool, well, there's going to be a new leaseholder out there, and they're in the process of developing a plan of how they're going to incorporate a pool into their property. The only downside is, so that's really good news, but the downside is that it's going to take a while. So it's probably going to be another 2 years before a pool gets reopened out there, just due to the fact that they're working out the plans and the schematics for their development.
Mm-hmm. While that project is on the drawing board, so too is another major development at Civic Center Sports Complex.
Yeah, we're just overjoyed. This is the first time there's a new Olympic pool in Saipan in 40 years. The first pool was built in the mid-70s when Can Pacific took possession of that lease there, and there hasn't been a pool built on the island since then for competition. So this will be a brand new $4 million state-of-the-art 50-meter pool.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
We're in a race whether we know it or not.
If we all get vaccinated, we can end this pandemic together.
And build our new normal.
But first, we have to get to the finish line.
Pinapamalit, CPL.
Let's vaccinate, CNMI!
You have the flexibility to work out between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. At Gold's Gym, we call this off-peak, and it can save you money. Short-term daytime memberships on sale now, just $59 per month, and gets you access to the biggest and cleanest fitness center on island. Get yourself healthy and strong. Check out Gold's Gym today.
Eco Camp starts Monday, July 12th at Mariana's Trekking Camp. Activities include hiking, snorkeling, off-roading, kayaking, field trips, arts and crafts, and go-karting. You can sign up online at marianastrekking.com. Just $100 per session, includes lunch. See you at Eco Camp. Get out and get into gear at Eco Camp. Designed for ages 6 and above. Experience go-karting, off-roading, kayaking, snorkeling, hiking, and field trips. Sign up online at marianastrekking.com and take advantage of a special weekly rate of $100, including lunch. Starts July 12th. See you at Eco Camp. You have a phone, a game, an iPad, a laptop? Good. Leave them at home because the screen time at Eco Camp is sunscreen. Hike, bike, kayak, snorkel, off-road, and go-kart. Eco Camp starts July 12th at Mariana's Trekking. Sign up at marianastrekking.com.
Here's our weather report for today. Wet Wednesday, 83 the high, low 76, humidity 88%. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, some scattered showers, including possible thunderstorms. East winds 10 to 15, high 87, low 78, seas calm 3 to 4 feet. Sunrise at 5:54. High tide at 11:31 Thursday. A low tide follows at 6:11. Sunset at 6:51. That is your news and sports and weather on this wet Wednesday here on Saipan. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here on Friday night.